Hi everyone, welcome back to HubKids. We really hope you've had a great summer and done some fun things with your friends and your family. And thank you to those of you that have sent us some of your creations from the Streetwise material as well. Next week, we're going to be starting a whole new series with you, and we're going to be looking at how to be happy. We're really excited about that. But before we get into that, today, we're going to remind ourselves what a great job God did when He created each one of us to be special with our different gifts and our different personalities. And most importantly, that it's what's on the inside of us that counts. And Joe's going to help us understand that a bit more.
Hi, I wonder if I asked you to think of some words to describe yourself or someone else and what they're like, what kind of words you would think of. I've been thinking of some words and I've thought of things like loving, creative, funny, gentle, helpful and kind. But you know, sometimes people use words that are unkind to describe what people are like. Things like grumpy or clumsy. And sometimes when we look at ourselves, we seem to choose all the unkind words to describe ourselves. But what if, instead of thinking of the unkind words, we look through God's eyes and see what He sees us like? Let's look at this video now and see what God sees when He looks at us.
Psalm 139.
Lord, you have examined me, so you know all about me. You know when I sit down and when I get up.
You know my thoughts before I think them. You know where I go and where I lie down. You know everything I do.
Lord, you know what I want to say even before the words leave my mouth.
You are all around me, in front of me, and behind me. I feel your hand on my shoulder.
I am amazed at what you know. 'Tis too much for me to understand. Your spirit is everywhere I go. I cannot escape your presence.
If I go up to heaven, you will be there. If I go down to the place of death, you will be there. If I go east where the sun rises, or go to live in the west beyond the sea, even there you will take my hand and lead me. Your strong right hand will protect me.
Suppose I wanted to hide from you and said, surely the darkness will hide me. The day will change to night and cover me.
Even the darkness is not dark to you. The night is as bright as the day. Darkness and light are the same.
You created every part of me. You put me together in my mother's womb.
I praise you because you made me in such a wonderful way. I know how amazing that was. You saw my bones grow as my body took shape, hidden in my mother's womb.
You saw my body grow each passing day. You knew that I was there. You saw me before I was born. All the days planned for me were written in your book before any of them ever began.
Your thoughts are beyond my understanding. They cannot be measured.
If I could count them, they would be more than all the grains of sand.
And when I wake up, I am still with you.
Well, hello and welcome. Today something exciting is happening here in the laboratory. You see, Peter and Vicky are soon to return from their holidays, and I have decided to make them a special gift as a welcome home, an exceedingly good pizza. Now, you may not know it, but I am actually particularly well known for making pizzas. Some people call them the Professor's Pizza. So I have gathered all the ingredients I shall need. Flour and yeast for the base, tomato sauce and some of my favourite toppings as chosen by myself. To make the dough, here we go. I will just go and wash my hands to get some of the flour off before I put on the toppings. I don't know what's happened there. That's better. Now we can get on with doing the toppings. Finished, and I shall put it straight into a very hot oven. I say, a rather excellent pizza. I think you'll agree. So, the pizza has been allowed to cool, and now I shall put it in a pizza box to send to Peter and Vicky. Oh no! It would appear that we have run out of pizza boxes. I've collected a selection of options we may be able to use. The bag is good, but the pizza is likely to get squished. The bowl is the right size, but there is no lid to protect the pizza. This pot, however, has a lid, but it's a little too small, so we would have to fold the pizza to put it in the bowl. The hamper is good and strong and sturdy, but it does seem a little too big. This box, however, seems to be just the right size and shape. It's a little untidy, but I think it will do just fine. So, the pizza is now all boxed up and ready to go, along with a message to welcome Peter and Vicky home again. Now, the box may not be the box I would have first chosen, but do you know, it doesn't make any difference to the pizza on the inside. It is still an excellent pizza, whatever its container is like. Thank you, Professor, and I'm sure Peter and Vicky are really going to enjoy their exceedingly good Professor's pizza. And isn't it interesting to see that even though the pizza ended up in quite an untidy box, it didn't make any difference to what was on the inside. The pizza was still exceedingly good. And do you know, that reminds me of something that is really important for us to remember. The Bible tells us that you are wonderfully made. You were made by God, and He chose all the different special things that makes you who you are, just like the Professor chose all the ingredients for her exceedingly good pizza. And do you know, it's what's inside that matters. Just like the container, the box didn't make a difference to the pizza. It doesn't matter if we're young or old, big or small, tidy or untidy. It's what's inside that matters. And you are God's very good idea. He made you just like you are. And God sees you as the best. So today, remember that God made you, God knows what you're like, and God loves you just the way you are.
Hi kids, I hope you've all had a great summer. We have too, and hopefully it's a little bit nearer to when we all meet again. Well, this week we are going to be making peg dolls. Here are 4 little peg doll people I made earlier on, and as you can see they've all got very different characteristics. I've used fabric and wool and tissue paper and even an acorn cup for the hat. Here are some pieces of fabric, a bit of tweed as well, and some tissue paper. Then I have wool for hair, an acorn cup here for a hat, and even some sparkly jewels to decorate with. You should be able to buy peg dolls in craft shops and hardware shops, or you can order them online, and they might come like this or they might come like this, and if you want them like this but can only buy this type, then you'll have to ask a grown-up to help you saw the bottom off. Now the one I'm going to do, I've actually pre-painted my skin tone earlier on just by taking various different colours and mixing them, as you can see, for different skin tones. Now you can leave it bare wood, but bear in mind that if you use felt tip pen on bare wood it will bleed quite badly into the wood, so painting is always a better idea. So for your peg doll, you can choose whatever you like, whether it's inside the house or outside the house, to decorate your doll. But for me today, I'm just going to use pens and marker pens to keep it a bit more simple. I'm going to start with the eyes, remembering to keep them about halfway down the head. Don't put them too high up, otherwise if you put a hat on then you won't see them. And a little smiley face. There we are. Now I'm going to give this person a purple t-shirt, so I'm just going to draw the neckline like this around there, and then the waistline, and then colour in and then I'm going to give some green trousers or green leggings, depending on what you want to do. And I wonder, whilst you're making your peg doll, you could be thinking about how you see yourself. And I wonder, do you see yourself through God's eyes? Have you ever wondered how God sees you? Try to imagine how God sees you, and try to actually imagine that God actually does see you through his eyes. I'm just adding a bit of hair here, which again you can do in any style, any colour you like. And there we are. Very simple, this one. I'm sure yours will be a lot more creative than mine, but there we are, one finished peg doll. Which one do you think looks more like me? See you next week.
I stand before you now, the greatness of your renown. I've heard of the majesty and wonder of you, King of heaven. In humility I bow as your love. I have heard you calling my crashes over me, crashes over me. For you are